Cookin Wid Kunchi, and just decided to go live today. Show you guys what I'm making for breakfast. So this is a traditional Jamaican breakfast item. We're making cornmeal porridge. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. All right. What do we need? And this is really, really easy. It's delicious. I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna enjoy this if you make it. So one of the first things you're gonna need is a whisk. All right. Now, if somebody asks down in the description, I'll go ahead and put a full video down there. Okay. What's up? What's up, Frank? How you doing, brother? I'm just out here trying to get some breakfast going. All right. So this is how I like to make my porridge. Okay. I'm gonna use whole milk, as regular whole milk, whichever one you want to use. If you want to use something low fat, great. I don't like low fat anything. But we're gonna get some milk. My heat is on, and then we're gonna get started right away. This is a really, really simple process. So what's gonna happen when my milk gets hot, I'm gonna start getting the cornmeal in there. I'm using yellow cornmeal. You can use white cornmeal, but you want to use the refined cornmeal so you get the best texture. Okay. Now this is very opposite of grits. Like grits is typically savory. This is typically sweet. And I just felt like having something sweet for breakfast, so figured I was gonna make this, and then I decided, well, let me show you guys what we're doing. Now, if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. Check out the barbecue content. We drop a long form video every single week, and we post short videos every single day. All right. So let's get it. Welcome in, everybody. What's everybody doing on the internet today? Yeah, we just want this to get hot. I want to make sure I post the live to make sure it stays up there. Now this should be probably 30, 35 minutes based on the way how I cook this. Super simple. I think this is one of the easiest and most delicious things that I make for breakfast. Maybe tomorrow morning I'll be back on here doing something. The pimento leaves, so you'd have to get those from a Caribbean store somewhere. And I don't even know where to get them, but my friend from Miami, he brought them up here. Those are available down there in Miami. So yeah, you'd have to get them from somewhere like that. I don't know out west where you would get that. We don't want this to even start boiling. What we need is we just want it to be hot. And once I start to see, all right, so now I can see a little bit of steam coming up, so I know this is hot. where I want it to be. And I like to whisk in my cornmeal. Because if you don't, man, this thing could clump on you. Could clump real quick. So I think I'm gonna put about a half a cup in here. I'm only making enough for myself. And basically, this is it. So as the cornmeal cooks, it's going to thicken, right? And then, so what I like to do, I like to start with this amount. And then over time, I'm going to have to add milk to get the consistency that I want. Because as the cornmeal cooks and expands, this gets thicker, but you don't want it too thick. All right, so you guys can see it's getting pretty thick now. That light's aggressive. All right, let me see if I can tone that light down a little bit for y'all. How about that? I hope that's good. All right, so starting to thicken up now, and this is where we're gonna go. Hit it with a little milk, and you just do a little bit at a time. All right, so not to make it too thick, but also to make sure we're using this as a method of cooling off and giving this thing time to cook. Once you feel like the whisk is not moving too good, and you go back in. You guys are gonna notice every time I add a little bit, it loosens up, but then that cornmeal just continues to expand. And make sure you're getting the corners too. You don't want to miss the corners. And you're whisking continuously. If you don't whisk it, you're gonna get burning on the bottom. I don't want it to burn. You know what, Frank? I'm gonna look online to see if I can order pimento leaves from anywhere. I'm gonna look online and I'll bring that information back to you when I have it. So just a little at a time. That's all we need. Why does this look so white? Welcome, guys. Today we are making some Jamaican cornmeal porridge. All I've done so far is add cornmeal and milk. And we're whisking and adding milk a little bit at a time until we get that consistency. See, not too many Caribbean markets. Asian markets, probably. And Hispanic markets could have them too, because it's used in Puerto Rican cooking. Our Caribbean markets here all have like Jamaican, Puerto Rican, all of that stuff. So I don't know if you guys ever had like cream of wheat or something like that. Um, then that's kind of similar to it. The cornmeal is like heavier, and so as kids, this is what we'd get for breakfast. And this would keep you filled for a really long time. It's more of a British thing. It's not like a Jamaican thing. I think we adopted this stuff from the British. Where's everybody watching from in the comments? Where y'all from in here? In the chat, where y'all from? All right. So one thing that I forgot to add. So we're gonna drop a cinnamon stick in there. And I'm just gonna scrape some of that fresh cinnamon in there. You don't need a lot. And we're gonna drop it in. All right, starting to feel the bottom a little bit there, so I'm gonna loosen it up some more. There we go. So you can't really leave this for too long. Like, don't walk away from it, or I'm telling you, man, it's guaranteed you're gonna get clumps. And nobody likes clumpy porridge. I don't know who likes clumpy porridge. All right, so we have our little grater here, and we got a piece of nutmeg. That's just a little bit of the flavoring. Gonna save that right there. Just a little pinch of salt. And not a lot. little bit more milk. Hey, you gotta be careful with this hot cornmeal, bro. If this thing burns you, you're in a world of hurt. I promise. See if I can show you guys a better representation of what it looks like here through the rear lens. Alright, that's kind of what you want right there. Good creamy texture. Alright, now we're just continue to work this until the cornmeal is cooked. It probably is cooked right now. So that's where we're at, yo. Alright. So in order to check if the cornmeal is cooked, you just put a little bit on your finger right here and you just press it. And if you see that it just completely disappears, there's no like tough grains of the cornmeal left back, you know we're good. So I'm going to shut my stove off. Okay. I'm going to shut my stove off. And if you're ever going to make porridge, do not sweeten your porridge while it's cooking. Okay? Turn off the heat. That hurts your sugar. So your sugar breaks down a lot under heat. And then suddenly it's going to feel like you don't have enough sugar. With porridge, when you do that, you end up with something that's so sweet at the end because you put way too much sugar in the beginning. So yeah, don't sweeten until you're done. Then we're gonna add some sweetened condensed milk. Remember guys, this is really, really sweet. So usually when I use the cans of condensed milk, I use about half a can for this amount. It's a lot. But let me season, let me check the sweetness here, and then we'll move on. So this is how I kind of manage how sweet the porridge comes out. Now, if you're in Jamaica, you would add a green pimento leaf to this. That would give it that really good allspice flavor. So I'm gonna check right now and see how sweet we are. Are we sweet enough? Oh man, this is perfect. This is perfect. I mean, maybe a touch more, but I like where we're sitting. Okay, so what I'm gonna add right now is some pumpkin pie spice. Pumpkin pie spice has cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, allspice, mace, and cloves. Okay, so it has all of those warm spices that we like in the porridge. Trying to go through and, but let me go here and just give it just that. Just a tablespoon more of sugar. Because it doesn't have like the full like finish sweet. Like it starts sweet, but it doesn't finish sweet. It's just a little bit. I don't want it super sweet today. And guys, this is what we're working with. That is perfect. So that's the thick consistency you want. You don't want it running off the spoon. You don't really want to drink it. You kind of want to eat it. Oh man. Mm. Creamy, sweet, just so soft. The cornmeal is cooked very, very well. You can cook this with any milk. So if you're vegetarian or vegan, you could use, your almond milk, your coconut milk, all of that. Um, wow. This is what, this is just what the doctor ordered. All right, let me tidy up. me tidy up right here. Let's just give it one more stir here. I'm just gonna cover it for like 3 minutes. Okay, the heat is off. We're not doing anything. I'm gonna put the whisk away. Don't whisk it. Jamaicans know when you got porridge. Yep. Got some crackers, my dude. Now, guys, if you guys want the recipe, I just showed you how to make it. You could probably follow the video, but I didn't measure anything. So if you want a recipe video, I will drop that. Okay? You just gotta ask me in the comments. Whoa, don't put that in the fridge, my dude. What you doing? Cornmeal. Alright. Condensed milk. Regular milk. Now after I've opened the condensed milk, you can put it in the fridge. Boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna put this porridge in a bowl right now. Big bowls of cornmeal porridge. That's what we do. Guys, this is gonna hold me over till dinner time. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Okay. I'm gonna go. Get you some whole nutmegs, man. Whole nutmegs. Powder is good for some stuff, but you want that whole nutmeg. Then, Bubba. Show you what's up. These little crackers. All right, guys, so thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate everybody. Big ups, Frank, for coming through, man. I appreciate you. But this is what we got here. All right, we eat it with the crackers or like some white bread. All right. Breakfast is served. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. Appreciate you. Please go check out the latest long form videos. More content coming soon. Peace.